Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome back. And today we are going to be playing the Dulled Harpoon, which I assume has to do with Ishmael. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Already have. Yeah, Red Eyes is pretty good. Pequod Captain's really good. Let's just send him in.
닥쳐라, 해파. 누굴 팰진 내가 정한다.
Thank you, Ryoshu. What do we got? Well, they weren't too much trouble. Next up, you two, get in there. With Ryoshu? Let's do this, I guess? ST. What? She wants to switch teams. Really? Now? What's your problem this time, Ryoshu? Your dulled harpoon doesn't interest me. It's dulled so much that I doubt I can even impale that sickly nerd over there. I don't think she'll have too much trouble impaling Hohenheim. I'd much rather watch the Blood Fiend fight again. Thou speakest of me? That, 'tis quite the pickle. Boy, she wants to switch teams, is that alright? Of course not. You're the man, let's go. I'll admit that my harpoon's not as sharp as it used to be, and I'll admit that I've lost a bit of my edge since then. But we're all sailing on the same boat. I'm not going to hold you or anyone else back. I'm always ready to go back to razor sharpness when the need arises. I'm swapping you out as soon as you start making a fool of yourself. Lass! I thought I'd been clear enough on this. Switching teams ain't a thing. Hecatulum Serpibe. Pride. Hohenheim droned on as if the bickering sinners didn't exist in this world. Wheels, symbols of technology, and the vector of humanity's ultimate pursuit. The wheel, in its boundless pride, rolls on in search of the perfect circle, something unconquered even by nature. Yet, it remains uncaring for the flesh it rends nor the glass it tramples in its path. Isn't that just confidence, not pride? You can't get anything done by just sitting idly in place. One might even say that pride is but another name for overconfidence. It oft claims trailblazers are those who have never tasted failure. Someone like you, Hohenheim? Well, that certainly is a perspective. Next up is Luxuriae, lust. Moving on just like that, huh? The meaning of Pecatulum Luxuriae, lust, is not exactly what it says on the tin. A more illustrative description would say that it is, yes, an obsession to spread a fragment of what forms the self, a desire to propagate, to breed. Of course, there's more to this concept than just that, while the word itself may be subject to interpretations limited to the carnal understanding. To share one's knowledge, one's ideas, to invite others into gaining the understanding of a sliver of oneself, you seek to express that such things are lust as well. Not bad. I always appreciate these discussions with the learned. There never is any dead air. Admit it, Heathcliff. All of that flew right over your head, didn't it? Why even ask? Unnecessary. Shut up and get in there. Love it. Also, very cool interpretation of lust. Yeah. Just to, create copies of oneself. Alrighty. Excuse me for my voice crack. Alright, what are we doing here? Oh boy. Oh boy, that's not great. Not a big fan of that. Let's do that instead. There we go. Okay. Okay. Ow. Okay, come on. Please. Please. A coin. Ow. Please, guys. You're embarrassing me. There we go. Much better. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about, Ishmael. Okay. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Nice. Here we go. Nice. Alrighty. Now we should be in a lot better spot. Hell yeah. Let's hit him with some of these. Hit him. Yeah, the girls got it. They're fine. They're 45 now.
Up.
Light him up. There he goes.
저놈을 추적해.
Oh, that's stagger. Very nice.
선원들, 나를 보호해라.
Easy peasy.
총원 불격. 먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않나. 내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
There we go.
내 죄는
God, that identity is so powerful.
잘했군.
Crazy.
도 남지 않을 때까지 지금을
Alright.
반복한다. 실세는 없다.
Got the wall boys. That matters too much. Let's just focus one of these guys down.
대가리 딱 떼고.
Hit him. 5% chance, by the way. Hit him.
아차! 이 작살엔 필살의 집념이
Beautiful.
담겨 있지. 기세가 수그러진
And there's the stagger, just like I wanted.
선원들, 나를 보호해라. 총원 불격.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
지금이다. 해골바가지 거미
33. Beautiful. The damage is out of this world. Oh, wow. Wow, that rolls really high. Thankfully, tails rolled. Nice. Perfect.
선원들, 나를 보호해라. 총원
Hit him.
필살의 집념이 담겨 있지. 기세가 수그러지는 거지. 반격의 기회다.
And there he goes.
쟤는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
Much easier than the last one, I'll say. Jeez. Much easier.
착각하지 마라.
Very cool.
겉에 내 놈들 덕분에 내가 강해진 게 아니고.
Ah, very nice. Okay. Well, I'm not putting you in because you have nothing. Let's do you and you. Nah, you. I like you better. And then, yes, of course, we need
관리인가 죽음
we need Don Quixote at her peak in here. Verily, nigh is the time for young Ink saying nigh to face the test. The nature of our trial shall take form as Pecatula Invididae. I assume they all have first-hand experience with static shocks. Oh? Doth static shocks have aught to do with envy? Anyone who's been subject to both static shock and the envy of others must know that the latter stings in the same manner as the former does. I ill comprehend thine explanations. Ah, I see. To explain in plainer examples, Miss Don Quixote, you have always been fond of and held high respect for the illustrious color fixers, am I correct? Verily, I should be second to none were my passion for them be measured. Now, imagine yourself at a convention of sorts, in which the said illustrious color fixers are holding an event to disseminate their autographs, and imagine that you are a part of the excited queue. Oh, I indeed have mentally placed myself there. Proceed. Yet, in great misfortune, the event comes to a close mere moments before you were to receive your autograph. Alack for woe! Fate plays such cruel jest on my pitiful soul. Now do imagine, what sort of emotion would you feel for the fellow fan who received the final autograph immediately before you were to receive yours, ere the chance was robbed? Well, 'twould be quite the jealousy burning within mine heart, a painfully tingling sensation in my... Oh, my, you certainly enjoy explaining things, don't you? I suppose all scholars are kindred spirits after all. You two, quit the chin wag and get in there. Verily, then onward to a new adventure. Then I shall follow. Very nice. I love them. I love it. It's so good. It's so good to have them interacting. And I love you saying, oh, cool, we got Blade Lineage crew. Alright. Let's hit that. Hit that. This. Yeah, it's just gonna hit. Nothing I do there.
나아가주게.
But we should be fine. He's saying, light him up.
편히 쉬시게.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I was a little scared for nothing. They're gonna blow him up. My boy, look at him go. Rinsed him.
꿰뚫려라. 따뜻한 소금이라.
Jeez. Alright. So that was a bit extreme.
테니
What else do we have? Oh, cool. Warp crew now. Oh, this is great. It's always my favorite part of these is seeing the IDs and how you like how they come into their own. Alright, hit him. I should do numbers on him. Look at him go. Rinsing him. Okay, okay, Don. You're Don. You're the one with the Kanto ID. Come on. You can do a little bit better than that. There we go. Much better.
따뜻한 엎드리도록.
나아가주게.
This should be enough. Actually, I went overboard.
꿰뚫려라.
He's rinsed.
편히 쉬시게.
피로. 가족을 위해.
And there she goes. Oh, that was easy.
한자루는 죽어 떠난 자에 대한 축하를.
What the heck is that?
목숨에
Oh, I got the rare drop. Sick. Look at that.
애도를.
I like rare drop.
장례는 이상으로 끝내겠소.
The price of curiosity. Oh, okay. Let's put you in there so I can get extra rewards. Can't deploy you. Let's do... Hey, you know what? Ah, you know what? Here's a fun one. Let's roll Blade Lineage.
자, 해골바가지랑 거미 대가리.
Let's put you on...
화점에 두지.
Take you off. You on... There we go. You're in... Man, I totally forgot all of these existed. Heathcliff, I guess, can be you. Actually, well, that'd be good too, I guess, but we'll start with easy one. And let's go with Blade Lineage there. Alright.
출정이군요.
망설임 없이.
태어나겠습니다.
Oh, we don't have Dawn. Right, okay. And for our 6th, it'll be... Yeah, let's do Ishmael.
우리를 향해
Just in case we need it. Oh, forgot you. There we go. Look at this. Got the whole board almost. Hit him. The foundation that led to this disaster was laid by none other than Yi Sang, whose only sin was making an innocent, tragically casual comment. Something after we ran our final tests. Please vacate the room, people. Cleanup is coming through. Oh, apologies, Miss Don Quixote has aught to... Prithee, avail me but a moment. The shoelaces upon Rocinante have come undone. What? How? I remember tying like 7 different knots to your shoes. Ah, you two were quite the hideous access sorry to be forced upon Rocinante. I have tied one of them once again in the shape of a ribbon. Yeah, the knots didn't look that great. Ribbons are cute. Oh boy. Yet one must begin to wonder about the consequences of Miss Don Quixote freeing her feet from Rocinante at her present state. Whatever art thou suggesting? Rocinante is none other than mine eternal steed, bound to me by fate itself. None shall I ever dare to sever the bond betwixt us. It was a query posed toward Miss Faust, yet I appreciate your answer all the same. And Faust's reply was what set fire upon that rather combustible foundation. I cannot know. What? An obvious outcome, given that no relevant data has ever been collected. Well then, no time like the present to get collected, huh? Good thing we're in a lab too. Where else are we gonna get another chance to do that? This course of action is highly inadvisable. Yeah, sounds like a bad time to me. I heard all kinds of horrible stuff happened on that train the moment her shoes came off. Sure did. But it was but an independent decision called by Rocinante itself due to a certain extreme circumstance. That extreme circumstances that had naught to do with mine will. Well, you know, potato potato. I was already quite aware that the core of that individual may as well lie in her pair of running shoes. Thee on thee, thou shan't treat a person as such as I like some useless shell. What if we slipped her shoes off and on again really quickly? The standards here at LCE department demand precise measurements. In other words, those tests would be meaningless if all we measuring is a hollow shell. A hollow shell? We have indulged your predictable provocations enough, Hohenheim. It seems necessary to remind you that you have not yet received the full report of what transpired during that incident. In other words, you are risking the occurrence of an unexpected event. You concern yourself unnecessarily. The construction of my laboratory boasts a rather solid build. Not even abnormalities on the more powerful side of things can puncture holes in its walls. Oh, very well. I will not force your hand. However, due to your unwillingness, I am behooved to record as such in my research journal. Due to the concerned sinner's utterly terrified reaction at the prospect of having to remove her shoes, I must unfortunately leave only a half-complete test result here. Utterly terrified? And for your information, these research reports are stored for at least a decade. Yes, we will have possession of a full record of your plain cowardice for at least 10 years. Really doing the reverse psychology for elementary school? Outcome, not available. Reason, subject was too scared to participate. After much contemplation, I have come to conclude that dearest Rocinante deserveth a moment of respite as well. And I, Don Quixote, shall demonstrate before thee that Don Quixote is still Don Quixote in her core still, without Rocinante's assistance. Are you sure this is a good idea, Faust? Hohenheim, if your employment at Limbus Company ever comes to an unilateral termination, I suppose the cause will be rather apparent. Your highly irresponsible level of curiosity. Not a good idea. Got it. That would be my greatest honor as a researcher. Hey, if anything ever goes wrong, Yiseng will be on the ready to slip those shoes right back on to your feet at a moment's notice, okay? I shall be on the ready. Behold me not with such excessive anticipation all. There shan't be any new revelations here. Aunt Gote began to untie her shoes, seething. The 7-layer knot poseth quite the difficulty, young Ishmael. Young Ishmael, wherefore hast thou tied these cords in such unwavering tightness? She's a sailor. I was hoping they'd be the last knots those shoelaces would ever tie. Of course. Ah, there we go. Rest thee well, Rocinante. Or I... Ah, that's not good. The sisters and I were all quite nervous, but none of us stepped forward to stop this experiment. Why didn't we stop this? Was it because we thought we knew removing Rocinante doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be losing control? Because we saw its effects on the warp train and at La Mancha Land? Or was it because we assumed that Rocinante was now just a disguise? And now that Don Quixote had accepted her past as Sancho, removing it wouldn't affect her psyche at all. Whichever was the case, it was a mistake to ignore that nagging feeling. These researchers don't know what facing Don Quixote, Sancho, the Second Kindred is like. We do. Mother. Oh, Mother. Our existence is death and perpetuity. Blah. Complete us. Fill our hunger. We pray up to you. Fill us with the blood of humans. With the blood of humans. The teeming, shouting voices suddenly began to echo in my head. They're the voices of all the children he had embraced. Or perhaps this was the blood fiend's instincts given voice, imprinted upon them at the moment of their birth. Proliferate this disease, embrace this unending hunger for blood, and propagate the family. So many voices, so much yearning, so much desire. Every single kindred that has ever existed in the past kneels before Don Quixote. Oh, dearest mother, as your children, when shall we be permitted to quench this thirst for blood? I must drink blood. I have to drink all the blood. All the blood that the family deserved to drink, I must. Dante? Dante, wake up. Ain't this a lot like the last time that building when the fire on their head suddenly exploded? I gotta get a hold of myself. Thirst. My body can't even feel thirsty. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay now. I was not just thirsting for blood. What did you see, Dante? If we want to bring Don Quixote back, we're going to need to quench her thirst somehow. We need something to sate the combined thirst, the desire of every single kindred. That's not good. Do you keep any blood in here? Let's just try to quench what's... yeah, we have some blood samples if you need them. Damn it. Have you been listening to what the executive manager's been saying? It's the combined thirst of every single kindred. A few blood samples aren't going to do anything. You're going to sit here and do nothing? Ain't this just a matter of getting her shoes back on? Right. Yiseng, shoes, get those shoes back on her feet. I cannot. A bizarre wall of pressure surrounds her. This is one luxury cig. Good flavor. I bought those luxury cigarettes with our last bonus pay. These readings are incredible. So much power, even in a state that is, for all intents and purposes, complete emaciation. What? You egged her on knowing this would happen? I had many outcomes in mind. Some were quite similar to this, but this is beyond even the most extreme of my predictions. How the fuck are you so calm about this? We gotta do something. You haven't even seen how hard the last hits. What would be the use of panicking now? If the outcome does not align with the predictions, the first course of action should be to analyze the given data. However, it doesn't seem like our containment measures will be the answer here. Thus, the task of stopping her seems to fall straight onto all of you. Time for us to pay the price of curiosity. Oh boy, we get to fight Dawn again? 2.0? Oh, frick. Oh no. Yeah, here we go. Well. Oh boy, that's not good. Oh, not good. Not good. This is a... Well, versus struggling. Otis, you can take it. Sorry, Otis is my sacrificial lamb.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
Merceau! Oh god. Guys, please, I need you to get in there.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이.
I just have to get her to stagger, right? Right? We can get there, right? Oh god. You got it, girl. She got it. She got it. She's doing it again. You're joking. Oh frick. Oh frick. Oh frick. Okay, okay. Here's what we have to do. She has to hit stagger before that happens, so I need to, I have to... Okay, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Oldest trick in the book. And, oh, wait. Ooh. What do I have that does a lot of damage? What do I have that does a lot of damage? That's Pierce. Pierce does a lot of damage. Sunshower? Sunshower's pretty good. No. That one's Pierce too. That one would be pretty good. You're in there too. That's pretty good. Okay, so it's Sunshower versus, let's see, that's 17 plus, how much is it? 17 plus 15, 32 versus 35. Okay. Ishmael, get in there. Whatever happens, she cannot hit.
망설임이 없도록.
Stagger her now. Oh god, she has a shield. Oh frick.
아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것.
It only hit 20. Frick.
총원, 조명이 전멸하는 저곳으로. 파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술 거다.
That did almost nothing. This is not good. We're screwed. I think we're just dead here. Yeah, I'm just gonna back this up a bit. Okay. Change of plans. Change of plans. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go for something a little bit different. Okay. Pierce damage. You don't really have any pierce. Well, you have that, I guess. Maybe. Pierce damage. You? No. Of course not. Slash. It's blunt. Okay. Nothing here. God, nothing here either, except I guess you. It's been a minute though. Oh, duh, full stop. Full stop. Okay, full stop. Gregor, you got it. Yeah, there you go. Otis. I mean, it's not really, doesn't really count. I guess the sync is good, right? Sync is pretty good. That's Pierce. Put you on. You're a vamp. Then, okay, let's do it like, and then you can go you. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. 1, 2, 3,
권리인가? 아니면 애도
4, 5,
준비되어 있다.
6.
지위를 받는 건 오랜만이네요.
부선장이 필요한가?
Okay, I like this a little bit better. Do I need you? Does it? She does to do defense. Maybe I can skip Sinclair and do the.
그러든가.
So we don't have a lot of rounds to win clashes. So, yeah, let's try this team. You know.
일인가요?
언제나 준비되어 있다. 자,
허점에 두지.
망치를 쥐고.
All right.
어머, 부탁드려요.
They may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Okay. Let's get her done. Right. Okay. Who is this? Pierce. You. Captain Ishmael, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be my sacrificial lamb. I promise it'll be worth it. I'm pretty sure. Maybe? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh wow, it didn't stagger. Look at her. My sacrificial lamb play worked. Let's go. Yes! Amazing, 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 amazing. Okay, we can do something here. Yeah, it's a little rough, but it is what it is. Damn it, I shouldn't have done that. I mean, I should have done this first. Nothing else. I also want to hit the fluid sac before this comes out. So she can heal up the damage. That's the curious thing, is like whether or not letting it hit first or second. I think hitting it first will be better overall. We'll see. I could be wrong though.
편히 쉬시게.
Look at the damage, look at the damage! Look at the damage! My boy Yuseng is in there. Excellent work. Excellent. Look at that, gets the assist. Please. Okay, alright.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
With the SP. The SP was the big thing, and look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're all looking perfectly fine. Oh yeah, I cracked the code. We got her now. We got her now. Get her. Fluid sac again continues to be the saving grace. There we go, there's the stagger. Alright, we got her. Whew. Man.
도달했다.
She is stressful to fight. god, it's not over. It's not over. Gotta get her to the second stagger, I bet. Frick. Okay, get in there. Please. There we go. Okay, we're good. Oh god. Oh no. Yeah, that's not great. Virgilius, we need some help. I have to be the mother to all of them. The family's thirst. It's... No, my lady, you needn't be the mother of anyone here. Here. You are a sinner. Nothing more. Yeah! Oh, this is... Okay, pretty sick. He popped it. He popped it. So freaking hype. So freaking hype. He had a freaking pop ego and everything. I will not place the blame of this incident on anyone, Dante. I understand that no one could have expected this outcome, given the death of intelligence regarding the binding tool the first kindred had gifted to the third sinner. Well then. I hadn't had that much first-hand experience with watching Virgilius fight, but this was certainly the most exhausted I've seen him after a fight. I decided to say nothing and turn the clock. After some time passed. Don Quixote, what happened? Did you lose consciousness, or did something affect your memory? Manager Esquire, my memories were fine, but I heard something as soon as I removed my shoes. Voices, right? Once again, you have witnessed me. Yes, the voices, so many voices. Voices? The voices of my family, but the Bloodfiends of La Mancha Land are all... Sinclair trailed off. Every single Bloodfiend left inside La Mancha Land was killed when the amusement park collapsed. In other words, most of Don Quixote's lower kindred were dead. That is correct. But I cannot well explain how. The only way I might explain this is that I was as though my very blood remembered them still. I recognized some of them, and some were voices of those I deeply cared for. It seems that I was, against my own desire, made to ascend to my father's seat. Perhaps I always was, ever since then. And I was struck not only by my own thirst, but the combined thirst of every single one of the children. Thirst. Indeed, I am also bound by that thirst. It is only natural, because I am a blood fiend. Thus, the pressure of it all broke my hold of sanity, and I hurt you all. As Don Quixote the Blood Fiend, a higher kindred. Not as Don Quixote, a sinner and your friend. Don Quixote, this isn't your fault. It's... No such words are now meaningless. No, such words are now meaningless. She looked down at her pair of shoes, their strings again neatly tied. The higher office will now be regularly supplying you with artificial blood packs. Hohenheim approached us, after spending a while vigorously scribbling something in his notes. The blood substitute will be very similar to real blood in terms of composition, and we won't have any issue with supply. I don't suppose you actually believed that mere willpower would be enough to withstand this urge. I have done quite well suppressing it thus far. Indeed, and that was precisely the wick attached to the ticking time bomb within the LCB. Must I remind you that the soundness of this limiter of yours is quite tenuous, as today's events have demonstrated. Is it your implication that the purpose of conducting this reckless experiment was to determine the full extent of the latent danger? I don't know. It seems like he was only in it to sate his curiosity. Call it merely the auspice of opportune convenience. This risk factor had to be measured sooner or later. Had I known the full extent of the danger she posed, I would have immediately requested a forceful summoning of your department. Of course, as large as this void of unknown was, we were able to fill it with new information. Certain analysis can be drawn by comparing the reports regarding blood fiends and this very experiment. Let us discuss the thirst you experienced first. For example, the combined desire of every lower kindred. Indeed, it is true. The Mashigan kindreds have been completely eradicated due to events at La Mancha Land. But you still heard the voices of your children, yes? What are you trying to say? I am to discuss the powerful binding force contained within blood. LCD's cooperative report explains that blood is not merely a carrier of nutrients, but something more. That it contains certain abstract values as well. We sent in a complaint that the report was far too vague in its wording, and we received a reply that... we received to apply their on-site investigative reasoning team leader spat out, the contents of which were equally fascinating. This desire of their kind, this thirst, is something that may well be imbued and imprinted on the familial bloodline. Normally, the weight of that thirst is far too heavy for any individual to bear, which is why they propagate, to bear the unbearable burden together. But considering that that's all you desire is now focused onto an individual, on account of the extinction of her entire family line, it's easy to see why her hold to sanity was so easily broken, no matter her strength of will. She alone was made to bear the responsibility, the pressure, duty, of having to raise the family once again. And because none of those needs are currently met, there comes the endless, exacerbating thirst. Thirst and more thirst. Exacerbating, blah. It's quite fascinating to see how your kind preserves these very abstract values in the physical form of blood. The mere words thirst does quite the insufficient job of describing the intensity of which you have lost control. This is my oversight, I must admit. I do respect your efforts to be liberated from your nature, I truly do, but I also maintain that it is highly advisable for you to regularly consume the provided blood packs. Understood. But one day I wish to dismount from Rocinante and walk bare feet and feel the earth under my own skin. I was able to establish one positive factor from this exercise, however. What might that be? That there are those who would, quite literally, throw their lives on the line to stop you even if you were to take off your shoes. In other words, I don't believe it to be necessary for other departments to exercise any separate control over you. Well, now that I've had first-hand account of your conditions, I will write the following in the report. Still quite unstable, yet with the effort from the subject herself, and the efforts from the various other environmental factors, the subject has been deemed sufficiently controllable. Once again, I do respect your efforts. Or any kind of effort, really. Because I've never had much use for it myself. Don Quixote took a deep breath, then turned to face the sinners. By then, her eyes had regained their usual, softer look. But sorrow was seeping through the tone of her voice. Despite her theatrical manner of speech returning, her tone reminded me of our time at La Mancha Land. My deepest apologies, dearest friends. Forsooth, I shall ever preserve to see that Rocinante, my shoes, are never to be removed again. Lass, you're looking at it all wrong. You're going to remove those shoes one day, yeah? And that's what you're going to preserve, or you're going to persevere towards. Barely. I think she let out a brief, quiet laughter. Ah, Manager Esquire. Perchance, is there aught that thou concealst from my knowledge? Well, what do you mean? I don't think so. It's no coincidence that, at that very moment, I noticed Faust looking in my direction. I don't know if I made the right choice here, but Faust nodded lightly, as though to say that I did. I stopped hesitating, and the tick-tocking noise came to a stop. Very well, then. However, I cannot help but admit that I felt some degree of anxiety as I watched Don Quixote walk away, as though nothing had happened. Oh boy. That was intense.
피 분수가 폭죽보다도 높이 솟아올랐어. 아니야, 이렇게 크게 웃으면 안 돼.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
않게. 그리고
That is
제2 권속으로서의
definitely all the time I've got for today. Thank you, Rodian. Thank you all so much for watching. Goodness, that was a frickin'... That was a... endurance. That was an endurance fight. But with that, I bid you adieu. I will see you on the next episode. And we should... Nice. And we should, hopefully, be at the end of the road for this interfollow. Thank you again. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.